Hello everyone. Welcome to an eye-opening exploration of narcissistic abuse and the often misunderstood phenomenon of narcissistic rage. In this insightful video, we'll dive deep into the complexities of this toxic behavior, shedding light on what it reveals about both the narcissist and their victim. Join us as we uncover the hidden truths behind narcissistic rage and empower you to recognize your own strength and resilience when facing such darkness. It's widely acknowledged that narcissistic rage can expose profound insights into the personality of the individual you're dealing with. The barrage of insults, the unchecked fury, the deafening screams, and the constant urge to create conflict all serve as glaring indicators of the toxicity they embody. These behaviors are clear displays of emotional immaturity and psychological instability. However, an often overlooked aspect of narcissistic rage is the reflection it offers about your own character. Indeed, the narcissistic rage you've endured says more about you than you might initially think. So, what exactly does this rage reveal about your character? What lessons can you extract from an emotionally exhausting relationship with someone who constantly berated, insulted, yelled at, and belittled you? The insults themselves deserve special attention. Emerging from such a toxic situation, it's easy to feel small, inferior, and undeserving. Narcissists leave no stone unturned in their mission to tear you down. They'll criticize everything about you, your fashion sense, your taste in music, even the phone you use. Are you an iPhone enthusiast? Brace yourself for a tirade about how foolish, unintelligent, and absurd iPhones are. But remember, their criticism isn't rooted in the product's flaws, it's driven by their need to devalue something you appreciate. It's tempting to internalize this negativity and question your worth, but that couldn't be further from reality. The harsh truth is this: narcissists belittle you because you refuse to accept an inferior status. That's the raw, unvarnished truth. Your existence, your life choices, and the joy you derive from the things you love all stem from a place of self-assurance. You choose what you enjoy intentionally. A certain genre of music moves you, a specific cuisine excites your taste buds, and you pick a particular phone because its functionality suits your needs. You stand confidently behind your choices, and that unsettles narcissists. Narcissists despise your refusal to accept their perceived superiority. They're irked by your unwillingness to let them dictate what's best for you. As a result, they resort to insults, desperately trying to validate their own choices. In your presence, they feel threatened, not because you seek superiority, but because you refuse to be inferior. Your unwavering confidence is a silent challenge they cannot tolerate. The psychological dynamics of interacting with a narcissist are complex and emotionally draining, especially when you're subjected to their rage. It's crucial to understand that narcissists rarely possess genuine preferences or authentic affinities. They're more like chameleons, constantly shifting their likes and dislikes based on trends or what others are discussing. They lack a solid core of personal values that provide true satisfaction. Their preferences are fleeting, swinging from adoration one day to disdain the next. In contrast, your preferences are stable and grounded. You gravitate toward things that genuinely serve a purpose in your life. When you find something you like, you stick with it, refining and adapting it until it fits your needs perfectly. This consistency unsettles narcissists. But why does it bother them so deeply? The answer lies in the core of narcissism itself. Narcissists possess an insatiable need to feel superior. They crave validation from others, thriving on recognition of their perceived dominance. When you refuse to acknowledge their superiority, when you stand firm in your choices, it threatens their fragile self-image. They interpret your confidence as defiance, something they cannot tolerate. Their insults, therefore, are not reflections of your inferiority. Quite the opposite, they are manifestations of their discomfort with your strength. Narcissists insult you because you refuse to be inferior, because you resist conforming to their whims. Their need for dominance is thwarted by your resilience, pushing them to lash out in an attempt to reclaim their sense of superiority. Let's delve deeper into the behavior of narcissists who resort to threats and intimidation. They are experts at projecting dominance, puffing out their chests, adopting aggressive stances, or using hostile language. This behavior can be deeply unsettling, often making you feel powerless. You might even find yourself walking away from confrontations just to avoid escalating the situation. But remember, walking away doesn't signal weakness. In fact, it reflects immense strength and self-control. Narcissists don't attack because they see you as weak, they attack because they perceive you as a threat. Your presence, your competence, your refusal to accept an inferior role, these are all markers of strength. It's this strength that narcissists find truly threatening. It challenges their delusions of superiority, prompting them to lash out in a desperate attempt to reassert control. In the complicated world of narcissists, they perpetually view themselves as victims. They see life through a lens of oppression, believing they are constantly under attack by circumstances and people around them. This victim mentality is a defining trait of their existence. Your independence, your ability to stand firm, and your refusal to be controlled trigger their sense of oppression. The mere fact that you live life on your terms, choosing your preferences, embracing your individuality, feels like an affront to their fragile ego. And so, they lash out, not because you're weak, but because your strength exposes their insecurity. Ultimately, narcissistic rage is less about you and more about them. It's a mirror reflecting their inner turmoil, their desperate need for dominance, and their inability to tolerate strength in others. Understanding this empowers you to break free from their toxic grip, reclaiming your self-worth and resilience. They feel as though they're being crushed under the weight of your autonomy. The mere fact that you are not them, that you have your own unique identity, feels to them like oppression. This perception becomes a source of immense discomfort and agitation. In their twisted worldview, narcissists interpret your independence as an affront, making them feel weak and belittled. Your self-reliance intimidates them, stirring a deep sense of inadequacy that gnaws at their already fragile self-esteem. This vulnerability leaves them feeling both threatened and exposed. What truly unsettles them is your strength, an intrinsic trait closely tied to independence. If you are an independent individual, rest assured you possess a strength that doesn't rely on societal approval or external validation. You don't need the narcissist to feel worthy. You don't need to forge connections with toxic individuals, no matter how insistently they try to convince you otherwise. Deep down, they know this too, and that realization weighs heavily on them. For narcissists, it's oppressive to acknowledge that they are not indispensable to you. It crushes them to see you secure and content in your own skin. Consequently, they resort to fighting you, threatening you, all in a desperate attempt to reclaim their perceived control and superiority. It's not about your weaknesses, it's about your strengths, which highlight their inadequacies. As we further explore the intricate psyche of the narcissist, two pivotal revelations emerge. First, they insult you because you refuse to accept inferiority. You reject their illusion of superiority, and this defiance infuriates them. Second, they attack you because you are strong and independent, traits that trigger their deepest insecurities. But there's more to their animosity. It's not just your independence that unsettles them. It's also your inner joy, your gratitude for life, your authentic contentment. You are fulfilled, thankful for who you are and for the genuine connections you've nurtured. These experiences are foreign to narcissists. They don't possess the capacity for authentic joy or gratitude. Their happiness hinges entirely on external validation, from admirers, followers, or those who shower them with praise. Without constant attention, they feel as though they're withering away, consumed by emptiness. In stark contrast, you are self-fulfilled. Some of you find peace through a higher power, while others draw it from within. Regardless of the source, your contentment radiates outward, illuminating everything around you. Your laughter is genuine, your joy unforced, and nothing irks a narcissist more than such authenticity. Why? Because it's a glaring reminder of what they lack. Have you ever noticed a narcissist recoil in evident discomfort when you express genuine happiness? It's almost as if they've been dealt a physical blow. That reaction stems from their inability to experience true emotions. Narcissists rely on external approval to feel worthy. Without it, they're left feeling hollow and worthless, an experience entirely alien to you. This contrast fuels their resentment. Now, I understand that enduring such behavior can leave you feeling drained, perhaps even questioning your worth. But I assure you, the pain you feel is nothing compared to the emotional turmoil raging within the narcissist. Therefore, I urge you to reframe their hatred, attacks, and insults. See them not as reflections of your inadequacy but as evidence of your strength and uniqueness. Narcissists have consciously chosen to dwell in darkness, a pit they could escape but often refuse to leave. They find familiarity, even comfort, in their gloom. You, however, are a beacon of light. While you may have momentarily stumbled into their dark world, that's not where you belong. You are meant to shine, far from the shadows they inhabit. It's a common misconception that light can thrive within darkness. But this belief is flawed. A light surrounded by darkness is dulled, its brilliance obscured. For light to truly shine, it must exist alongside other sources of illumination. Just as light attracts light, darkness attracts darkness. While the dark can perceive your glow, it cannot extinguish it. Your light is designed to radiate, to inspire, and to serve as a beacon of hope and resilience. In conclusion, despite the narcissistic rage and resentment you may have faced, always remember this: you are fundamentally different from them. Your strength, your joy, your independence, these are the very qualities that make you unique. The narcissist's inability to experience these traits breeds their resentment. But instead of allowing this to weigh you down, use it as a reminder of your worth. You are a beacon of light, destined to shine, not to be hidden in the shadows. Stand tall, embrace your strength, and know that you are not alone in this journey. As we wrap up this illuminating exploration of narcissistic rage and resilience, we invite you to reflect on your own strength and uniqueness. If this content resonated with you, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with those who might benefit, and subscribe for more empowering content on your healing journey. Your support helps us reach more people, spreading awareness and fostering a community of strength and understanding. Thank you for being part of this transformative discussion. Remember, you are not alone. Stay strong, stay connected, and stay tuned for more empowering insights on your path to healing. Here's to a brighter, stronger you in the year ahead.